Hello everyone, my name is Yuri Tobitsuka. I'm 10 years old. 僕は 3.11 の時、鹿島県郡山市の小学校にいました。2時46分、東日本大震災が発生しました。地震が始まると、みんな机の下に隠れました。恐怖に泣き出す子もいました。家族で話し合い、僕とお母さんは神奈川に住むおばあちゃんの家に避難することにしました。急に決まったことなので、友達にも先生にもお別れの挨拶ができませんでした。避難するのはとても大変でした。高速道路が地震の影響で通行止めになっていたり、電車や新幹線も動いていませんでした。僕とお母さんは一般道路で長い時間をかけて避難をしました。避難をしてから学校へは1ヶ月ぐらい行くことができませんでした。今は横浜の新しい学校に楽しく通学しています。でも時々福島のことを思い出し悲しくなります。お父さんと時々しか会えないのは寂しいですが、将来病気になるのは怖いです。なので避難してよかったと信じています。僕は長生きをして父や母を安心させてあげたいと思っています。以上、富塚優里。
僕が生まれるよりずっと前、チェルノブイリというところで原発の事故があったそうです。その時出てしまった放射能のせいで病気になってしまった人がいたり、その後生まれてきた子どもたちに奇形児が増えたことを福島での原発事故の後を知りました。今の日本の放射能は体にどんな悪い働きがあるかわからないそうですが、僕は放射能のことがとても怖くなりました。僕は思いました。なんで前にこういう事故が他の国であった時、大人はいつか自分の国でも原発が危なくなると思わなかったのだろうと。
政府や福島県は必死に人口流出を食い止めようとしていますが、将来を背負う福島の子どもたちの命を軽く思わないでほしいのです。子どもが病気になってからでは遅いのです。避難をしたくても経済的にできない方もいらっしゃいます。低線量の場所へ子どもを保養に出したくても保養に行く費用を出すのが難しい家庭もあります。政府や県が率先してやらなければいけないことを現在は子どもを救いたい、そう本気で思ってくださる一般の方々が必死に行動してくださっています。
We need to try and do something about these children who have been contaminated. There are two things we can do. The first thing is we can take them away from the areas of contamination and put them somewhere where it's reasonably safe. But that leads us to another problem, because what's happening now, as I'm told, is that the Japanese government are trucking radioactive material from the Fukushima disaster area, where it's contaminated, all over Japan. And even as far south as the south of Japan, we're now getting reports of radioactive material being taken all the way to the south of Japan to be burned. Now, what possible reason could there be for burning it as far away as that? I'll tell you the reason. It's really quite sinister and horrifying. The reason is this, that eventually when these children start to die from leukemia, from other cancers, from heart disease, from whatever, their parents are going to want to go into court. They're going to want to sue the Japanese government, and they're going to want to have to say, in order to do that, these children were contaminated, and that's why they've got high levels of cancer. But of course, the only way that they can say that they've got high levels of cancer is to have a control group in an area that's not contaminated. For example, the south of Japan. So I believe that the project to take this material and burn it all over Japan is to destroy all of Japan, is to increase the cancer rate in the whole of Japan so that there will be no control group to which you can compare these children in the Fukushima area.
The Japanese government has made a trade-off. They've decided that they don't want to risk Tokyo Electric's financial viability. They don't want its financial exposure to be jeopardized. So the trade-off that the Japanese government has made has been to risk the radiation exposure of its people rather than risk the exposure of Tokyo Electric to bankruptcy. I don't think that's a fair trade-off. And I hope that all of us around the world, not just the Japanese, as citizens begin to use the internet and force our international agencies to do what's right. Not for Tokyo Electric, but for the people of Japan.
Radiation attacks the growing cells, I said before, and also especially the muscles of the heart will be very much weakened, and also the immune system will be very much weakened. So it already shows the effect of radiation, isn't it important? I think it's important to share this information here. And because of this not being taken care of adequately, mothers in Japan got very frightened. So they got together like this and came to a class action. These mothers are actually mothers in Kita-Kyushu, northern Kyushu area. Why are they got together? Kita-Kyushu is much southern island of Japan, far, far, far away from Fukushima. Why those mothers are so much active in this way? The reason why they got together in this case is they are protesting burning rubbles. Okay, there's a plan to bring radioactive rubbles from Fukushima all the way south to Kyushu Island. Physically, they have to transport by trucks after trucks after trucks, going through regular roads, spreading radioactive particles all over, then burn again in Kita-Kyushu, which is ridiculous, I think. Having learned the health effects of radiation, concerned citizens, especially mothers, protested against the transporting and the burning Fukushima's rubbles in incineration facilities all over Japan. This photo is one of such demonstrations held in Kita-Kyushu City in southern island of Japan. Let me show you something else. Next, go on to next map. So here's the map of the plan to burn rubbles from Fukushima all over Japan like this. Why are they doing this? Despite the strong resistance by local citizens, radioactive rubbles have been transported all over Japan and burned. Thus, contamination has been spreading even the areas where they could grow non-contaminated food. Many government contractors made a huge profit from this project. Also, each prefecture government made 100 million yen commission by accepting rubbles in their prefecture's incinerating facilities. Poorly managed ashes could cause secondary contamination of irrigation water, which could lead to food contamination from soil. Thus, 19 trillion yen, which is about $190 billion, recovery budget later increased to 25 trillion yen, which is about $25 billion, was widely spread all over Japan, not much spent in affected areas. Notoriously, the word recovery was widely interpreted and allocated to almost not related projects.
The Fukushima disaster was a wake-up call for all of us. We cannot change the past, but we can change the future to protect the children and their children, because they are the future of society.